IWC, we were forced to acknowledge Roman Reigns as the Royal Rumble winner. But now, Roman has no shield, no bloodline to protect him, so he will be forced to acknowledge the best in the world. Cause the road to WrestleMania runs through CM Punk. And meanwhile, Liv Morgan is running wild, brother. So cry about it as she laughs her way all the way to WrestleMania. And shout out to Riyadh, where the Royal Rumble looked sold out because the LED lights said so. Jesse, ring the bell.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we're here talking WWE Raw and the WWE Royal Rumble 2026 from Riyadh. And we are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open Approved, the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. And I'm here with the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly Jesse. Yeah, and I'm Andrew Combat Jones. Yeah, click, clack. And we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. I see a lot of discourse in the IWC with the results of the Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. A lot of people weren't fans of the lights. A lot of people weren't fans of the cameras. A lot of people weren't fans of the action. I was a fan of it all. I was here for it. I really don't agree with the women's Royal Rumble winner, and we'll get into that. But, you know, it is what it is. What a great time to be a wrestling fan. We are officially on the road to WrestleMania, and I'll give you a little spoiler. By the end of this, we're going to give you a updated spoiler WrestleMania card. So stay tuned to the end and make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, you're damn right, because there's been so much discourse in the IWC, and people can't shut the hell up. They think they know what is what, and I'm here to tell you, I'm going to break all your hearts. Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
If it was any, you got a spoiler at the beginning for the intro, but we got a lot to talk about besides Roman Reigns and CM Punk coming face to face. But I promise once we get there, you're going to hate me even more, baby. Yeah. But crazy Royal Rumble it is, nonetheless. Very controversial, very talked about, very interesting going into it, you know, as we mentioned on the previous show, being desert, and a month later they had the arena. The stage looked pretty amazing, but there was a problem with the seats, and in the crowd you couldn't tell if there was 1,000 people or 100,000 people by looking at different camera angles. I almost thought at some points they were like chopping in and cutting, pasting camera angles from other shows just to make it look full.
They
But
might have.
From hearing from other people that were there, it was full. There was also a thing that you couldn't eat at your seat. You couldn't eat food at your seat at all. So people were constantly back and forth. Also, it's a thing in Saudi Arabia that it's so hot during the day, people don't come out, allegedly, and they don't start coming out till 10, 11 o'clock at night. And, of course, the women's rumble was first, and it didn't seem like they were very, into that as much as the other stuff going on. So, and then, of course, we had the infamous LED lights that were sitting on top of all the seats that just drew your attention right to them. And I guess people were sitting under the lights. They were sitting in the seats. You just couldn't see it because the light was so bright and it was blocking it out. But it was loud. It definitely seemed loud, so it was very misleading watching it. It was weird. It just had an odd feeling to it. It was kind of like an awkward thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there was more empty seats at that stadium than there was people in attendance at the last AEW show. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
And
a lot of
SmackDown.
discourse. Yeah. There's a lot of
SmackDown
discourse
going
with it. It doesn't matter. We got to see it on TV. We weren't in Saudi Arabia. We were on our couches watching the whole thing, man. The women's Royal Rumble.
Best seat in the house.
I was just curious about the women's Royal Rumble. I thought maybe they were going to get a little more progressive and they wouldn't have to wear full-on scuba suits, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. I'd say they were a little more tighter, a little more like bedazzled. Like they took their time to put more effort into what they were wearing, right? Like more designs and stuff.
Mhm.
The night before on SmackDown, Liv was there. Like she had a dope ass like suit. Not to mention she had went to Sneaker Con out there and bought those Swarovski Nike Jordan 1 covered in crystals and diamonds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Drinking Wrestling
Killer fit. Yeah.
Now, I think they kind of had to do that with the outfits because a lot of times I couldn't tell who was who in this Royal Rumble when there was a ring full of women. I was like, who is like they kept saying Jordan.
Got a little confusing.
They kept saying Jordan Grace was in the ring and I couldn't find her anywhere. I'm like, where's Jordan Grace? And like could not find her at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
But we had some cool entrances. We did have Jordan Grace, Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker was there. There was a lot of cool like entrances. The one entrance we didn't get that I was very disappointed and surprised about was no Bianca Belair, man.
Yeah, that was surprising. When it came 30 and Tiffany Stratton came out, I just said, oh shit. I totally forgot about her. I was like, oh no, she's gonna win now. I was like, oh Lord have mercy. Please no. Please no. And you had messaged me and you're like, Liv's got this now. And what I did like about the Rumble, a couple things for the Women's Royal Rumble is by the time all 30 were out, there was still 14 women left in the ring.
Yeah,
which
that
was
cool.
kind of cool. So it was kind of a packed ring. So you kind of had no idea what the hell was going to happen. I think it boils down to same with the Men's Royal Rumble, not having that many surprises in it. I think it was more of like because it was in Saudi and there was probably less chance of other people coming over and popping up for no reason. It's not like you can just fly to this city here and, pop out. You got to go across the world all the way just to come out for, 3 minutes to get thrown out to get a little pop, right? We got Brie Bella, which the audience did pop for. I guess Lash Legend, she had a great showing.
Yes.
Apparently the crowd in Saudi wasn't too into Lash Legend and they were all chanting overrated, which I think is a bunch of bullshit because I think she's anything but overrated from what she's shown us in the ring so far. I think Kalani Jordan showed out. I thought she looked very well. Yeah, there was
Raquel
a lot.
Rodriguez looked good.
Raquel looked good. Becky got thrown out very early too, and so did Charlotte.
Yes.
I would say I didn't like the first half or the first third of like the Rumble. I didn't really care for like the Charlotte Alexa thing starting it off. I know it made sense to kind of like they're best friend, and it seems like a Vince McMahon thing to do. Let's put them in the ring and see if they can coexist. And
trying to complete a heart with you.
Oh, I got to do it this way. Maybe you got to go the opposite direction. Yep. There we go. I think it'll work like that. Yeah.
Bam.
There we go. Yeah. That's a heart. That looks like a real heart anyways. Yeah.
There's only one heart and it's Bret the Hitman. Actually, Natalya Neidhart showed up. I didn't like how she got eliminated pretty quickly. Yeah. Maxine Dupree had the straps with her full body suit. I thought that was hilarious.
Yep.
I don't know. I when I saw Liv Morgan come in and I saw it starting to get dwindled down a little bit, I said, man, oh man, Liv Morgan's gonna win this, and I was pissed.
And it's her time, baby. She's been in every women's Royal Rumble they've had. And she's been a runner-up or been in the top 3 twice in the last 2 out of 3 years. So it's about damn time. Liv Morgan is a bona fide star, winning it in style, winning it with a good finish too, with the Oblivion to Tiffany Stratton, was it, on the outside? Like, what a way to set up her finisher. Gotta love that finisher, the Oblivion. Liv Morgan is a star. She is a future Hall of Famer, and she, as she says, the best Royal Rumble winner of all time. Yeah.
I love how you praise her so much.
Yeah.
And then when you
style. Yeah.
Then when you mimic her, it's like so freaking annoying.
She knows what to do. She knows how to stay in her lane. She knows how to piss people off. She just does her thing, and she did it with style. Like I said, with them sneakers, like top notch, 10 out of 10, baby.
And then Sol Ruka actually had a really good showing too.
Yeah, her. She was the other one.
Good.
She stole the show with the soul snatches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So shout out to Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, it was not what I expected. I want a Bianca Belair.
Woo! Liv, baby, let's go.
You know what had to go next was AJ Styles' career, because we had the ring general, the career killer Gunther versus AJ Styles. So we were 50-50 on this one when we did our predictions. We weren't really sure, but man, if this was AJ Styles' final match, they didn't really give him much to work with, because Gunther kind of worked him over pretty much the whole match. I mean, AJ had a couple of comebacks, a couple of fights. He had a couple times where he put his signature moves in and stuff, but Gunther really commanded this match.
Yeah, he had his way with him. He got, AJ got in a few spots. It was pretty good match too. I mean, compared to the other stuff that we were working with, it was probably the better of the two matches for sure. But yeah, it's hard to see AJ go out like he did. There was a couple times where I thought that he might pull the fake kind of tap thing, so the referee couldn't see it. But at the end of the day, it goes off the same way it did with John Cena and with Goldberg, and it's just and everybody else that goes against Gunther is like, oh, I get down, you got me. Oh, I'm coming back, and then get down again, and then same thing, same finish, But he didn't take the gloves off. He started to take the gloves off. That was interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. And he is on Stephanie McMahon's podcast, and she did ask him directly about that, so I'm going to have to research and see what she said and what the hell is going on with that, and see what his explanation is. I want to say that he kind of left it open and he didn't really say, and he's kind of just teasing whatever. So, but I think we're going to see him in TNA.
And also CM Punk, I believe, was on the Pat McAfee show the other day, and they asked him about it, and he said, he was like, well, AJ talked to me, and he said, I like to keep that conversation between us. He said, but he's like, I really think he is done. And he said, just say at WrestleMania 50, if they need somebody, basically, like, if they need somebody, they could probably call on him and he would come in and do the job or whatever, but he's pretty much done. It's from what I gathered from that. I just listened to that little clip the other day because I saw CM Punk was on there.
And from what everybody else said, like Triple H and the other people that we heard from in WWE, it's sounded the same too, as it should, as they would say,
So Aaron over at ALW, Aaron Loves Wrestling, quit your bullshit on Twitter, because he's not going to AEW. And that goes for anybody else that goes on and on and on about, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be negative about it because he's Mr. Positive, but, he's not going to AEW. Like, why, at this stage of his career, what would AJ Styles have to gain by going to AEW? Oh, he could put on some good matches over there.
There are some people that could say that he would go over there and have great matches with Will Ospreay and stuff like that, which would be like dream matches technically, right? Like, he could have some bangers there for sure at this point, but it seems like, he's really going out on the top of his game because he's still got it, like, for sure.
Yeah.
And it seems like, he was reading a note or whatever on that podcast or whatever his wife had wrote and stuff. So it seems like it's more about just his family and him being able to spend more time with his family. But as they all say, all the retired wrestlers or whatever say, that bug comes back to you at some point, and he's still got some time. So, and he said, as they say never, as he said too. So we just don't know. Yeah.
Now, if you got to look at it like this, like we were always so focused on John Cena's retirement tour that I think we overlooked AJ Styles' retirement tour, because like he had a banger match with CM Punk. He had a banger match with Cody Rhodes. He was the tag team champion with Dragon Lee for a little while. He had a banger match with John Cena. and
Yep.
all in this past year. So he had all of these great matches and the tag title run that he had with his friend Dragon Lee and everything else. Like, it was almost like his retirement tour just happened right under our noses, and we didn't know about it because we were so focused on John Cena's retirement tour. Like, we just overlooked AJ Styles had his own retirement tour, but we weren't focused on it.
And he pulled the fake retirement tour spiel, Mark Henry thing in front of us in Albany on SmackDown on Cody too, the year or two before that. So it's been going this whole time. We just didn't know it, and that's how it really goes. I'm not going to say it again, but I'll say it again. Probably nobody else is getting a retirement tour for the most part, especially as in depth and like as specific as how John Cena's was. It's just not going to happen, and it would take away from John Cena, so it's just pointless.
And I mean, Randy Orton is probably the only other one I could possibly think of that would have something like that. But
a year-long thing, though, it's just not going to, whole storylines built around it and everything. No, that's, John Cena, rightfully so. It is what it is, and it's never happened before, so.
Mm-hmm. But hey, man, shout out to AJ Styles, a phenomenal career. On God, I'll put that. But yeah, I've seen him throughout TNA, through New Japan, through the Bullet Club, when he was with Ric Flair in TNA, when he was the world champion, all the way to WWE. I remember when he debuted 10 years ago at the Royal Rumble. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Shout out to Jay Lethal. Yeah.
Now, did we have any expectations or any sort of realistic thoughts of that Sami Zayn was going to dethrone Drew McIntyre here for the WWE Undisputed Championship? I mean,
a little bit. I thought there was a chance. I mean,
okay.
You could see it one way, like they gave him his flowers in Montreal, and that's what he was going to get. Again, falling short again, as his thing. He's kind of come to become Mick Foley. Well, not Mick Foley. Well, you've said it in a way like, babyface as far as like Mick Foley's concerned. But as far as not winning the big one at all, I don't know who to compare him to other than himself. But that's Sami Zayn at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Rhodes? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, just always there, but never quite getting over the hump, man. And it's like,
yep.
But that's his shtick at this point,
That's what makes you love him too, or that's what puts a chip on his shoulder too. If he wants to flip the switch to go to the dark side, also at any point too.
Yeah, what a strong showing for Drew McIntyre here too, man. Drew McIntyre looks real strong here. He beat the piss out of Sami Zayn,
obliterated him, put him through the table. Yeah. Claymored him two times in a row. He didn't even waste time trying to pin him after the first one and just finish him right off. It wasn't even close. And
he left a lot of Saudi Arabian fans upset there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yep. And not a great match, but I guess in the end, maybe for the story, for how it was supposed to go, to make Drew look how he did, it is what it is. Not a bad thing either, but wasn't really a fan of. It wasn't that entertaining, just say it like that.
Yeah, I wasn't really too much of a fan of this match.
Give it a C.
Like a C? Okay.
Yeah. Something like that.
So it is what it is. I think everybody at the end of the day, especially me, I was there for the men's Royal Rumble. I just really wanted to see what was going to happen. I didn't know who was going to win. There's people that talked about, I knew this from the beginning. I mean, we kind of had an inkling about maybe Roman Reigns was going to take it. Right. I didn't think it was seriously going to happen, but boy, oh boy, to start off the Royal Rumble, Oba Femi.
Woo!
Oba Femi's that dude, bro.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Oba Femi is amazing. He's huge. He's like he's undeniable, right? He's powerful. Mm-hmm. He's like Braun Strowman. They say a future WrestleMania main eventer, future WWE champion, but is he?
Not while Triple H is in charge, apparently. But
Or
you know?
but is he in general though, or is he just this big, huge, strong dude? You know, that's impressive and can completely destroy everybody. But does he have the charisma? Does he have the microphone game down, or where he can captivate people, where people can empathize with him, where they can relate to him, to be that, if he's going to be the face of WWE someday, the champion, is he that? Because I don't know yet.
Yeah, I think he'd be better
know
off
he's
as a
crazy.
heel, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's amazing. Like he's like Brock Lesnar, right? Maybe he'd be the next Brock Lesnar. You know.
Mm-hmm. And that was like,
I don't know.
My favorite meme from the evening was when he was standing in the ring with the necklace on, and someone said, "You know, you're all about business when you come out to the ring with a necklace made of Dunkin' Donuts munchkins." And I said, "Bro, that's probably the best thing I ever seen." But yeah, he was all about business.
Chocolate glaze munchkins, baby.
Yeah, you like glazing your chocolate. I got you.
Chocolate
yeah. You know, I gotta say, man, when Braun Breaker drew number 2.
Oh, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about him. I should have picked him to win the Royal Rumble. I was like, oh,
good thing you didn't.
Yeah.
He came out. He was coming out to the ring, and I'm sitting there thinking the whole way he was walking to the ring, man. Oba Femi against Braun Breaker. Let's go. I'm like, let's go.
Something.
This is a minute and a half of some big men slapping man meat, and then that didn't come to pass because we got another masked individual.
I was like, oh shit.
Who looks very lanky. I don't know.
Yeah, like a lot of people saying it's Adam Pearce. I don't really. I could see how they could do that. I don't like the idea of that if they did do it, because it's just like, I understand they got the beef, but where does that leave them? Adam Pearce. Okay, they find out it's Adam Pearce. Now Adam Pearce and Braun Breaker have a match, and then Braun Breaker squashes Adam Pearce, just like it happened with Roman Reigns with the spear. Like, I don't need that.
Now, I also saw that.
Could it be Logan?
I saw Logan Paul.
Yep. Could it be Logan? Because we've seen coming into it that Braun Breaker's kind of been defying and not listening to Paul Heyman's words, and the rest of the Vision kind of just, walking ahead, doing his own thing, and he kind of moves to the beat to his own drum. For a second, I almost thought it could be CM Punk too. I was like, That
it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, but like,
yeah.
I thought maybe LA Knight at first, but it was like the guy was like tall and skinny. It looked to me like Logan Paul, and it looked like he had a beard too. So
somebody told me today they think it was Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho had to be taking a bunch of Ozempic before he went out there. If that was him, because my goodness,
that's what I was thinking. I was like, I mean, if they want to make it him afterwards, but that didn't look like him. But Logan Paul, I could see. I mean, and you know what? It's very interesting because we've been hearing, saying about Oba Femi. Now we'll jump to Braun Breaker. We've been hearing about Braun Breaker being future, main eventer, future WrestleMania main eventer, future champion. But as soon as that stomp hit, that all went out the window this year. No more. We're not talking about the present anymore. You're talking about future, because as soon as they did that, I was like, nope, that's all done now, because whatever they're doing with the Vision, that ain't main event.
That's a wrap. Yeah.
That's a wrap on that. Whether they're going to implode or they're going against each other, or Seth Rollins, obviously he's got to come back and have his retribution with them, but which I assume is going to have something to do with WrestleMania, right? But yeah, as soon as that happened, I was like, nope, not this year, buddy.
It's tough, man. Got eliminated. Solo Sikoa came out, got eliminated. It was like it was a who's who. I really thought Oba Femi was just gonna run the gauntlet until number 20 and just
seemed
throw
like it
everybody
for a second.
out.
It was almost getting annoying for a second, just like when Brock did it a few
Brock
years
Lesnar,
ago.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
It was cool when CM Punk did it, but when anybody else does it, it's not okay. Because
exactly.
CM Punk at least made it entertaining. He was cutting promos in between. But yeah, not a whole lot of surprises. We got the returning LA Knight to really fuck over the Vision, and that was cool. When I saw the Vision all come in, I said out loud, I said, man, oh man, I said, next person out's LA Knight, and then LA Knight's music hit. It was like, it just wrote itself. I know the one you were most excited about, though, was the original El Grande Americano,
Americano.
making his.
Oh, yeah. Gracias. Yeah, the other one, the other Americano didn't know what the hell to think. He didn't know what he was seeing. Yeah, and he's back, baby, and they're pointing at each other, doing the Spider-Man, and I can't wait to see what happens. Yeah, going into WrestleMania.
The funny thing about that is during our predictions episode, I texted you right after we finished our predictions episode, and I said, "Oh man, the original El Grande is coming back," and I forgot to say it, and then it happens, and now I sound like a douchebag that doesn't know what I'm talking about.
It was a good spot. It's entertaining going forward. Will we see mask versus mask match or something coming? It's all there, and they're both great athletes and great wrestlers, so I'm sure they can put on one hell of a show.
Do you think El Grande can speak German as well, or?
I don't know. I don't know what either of them can speak at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Javon Evans, he was the Iron Man. He had a great performance. Outlasted Brock Lesnar. Outlasted a lot of people. Which I think it was a big problem too. Was Brock Lesnar coming out, which it kind of threw me off too. He came out with Paul Heyman, which ultimately meant and led to nothing. It was pointless him just coming out with Paul Heyman, unless he has something to do with the Masked Man and there's something there, and he's gonna become they're going to kick Bron out of the division and make Lesnar the head or whatever. I just don't see the point in it. And then the spots seemed off for a lot of like the entrances, like of when they were going to do stuff, or like it was either early or late, because as we saw, Brock Lesnar was eliminated by LA Knight and Cody Rhodes as the whole yeeting was taking place. And it seemed like it was more than just that one spot that was kind of off.
Man, that's the second year in a row LA Knight messed up a Royal Rumble spot, and he's going to get the doghouse for that. But I will say Lesnar was going to in and out for me. I didn't care about him, really, honestly. Yeah,
I was just hoping he didn't win. And I will say, regardless of, with the spots and talking about that, the Royal Rumble has got to be, the hardest as far as actually being a wrestler. Like, you can't plan that thing from front to back and have it go perfect. Like, you have to improvise, and there's always going to be things that happen that are just out of control, and you just got to roll with it and do the best you can. At the end of the day, we're all human, and
I was going to tell you, man, I got to say though, man, I got to talk to Triple H, because if you need somebody just to go in and get a quick paycheck and get thrown over the top rope, Rusev just had the easiest night ever in pro wrestling. Like, I haven't seen that dude besides on Superstars in probably about 6 months. He comes out to the ring, gets a few moves in, and gets his ass tossed. He's done for. It's like, man, oh man, like, and this is like point of contention I have, is that we got Mr. Iguana and La Parka in the fucking Royal Rumble, but not Finn Balor.
Not Finn Balor, not Chris Jericho, not any, just any.
Fuck Chris Jericho.
Not Matt Cardona, or no, we got.
Yeah, he was in it. Yeah.
No, Kit Wilson. You couldn't have Kit Wilson though. The thing is, with you're gonna bring Mr. Iguana in, and he's got the iguana. You got to at least do a spot or a gimmick with the iguana, like throwing it to someone or doing something like a fake elimination with the iguana doll. Like, why is he here if not?
I got like a little bit of like bad news. Shout out Wade Barrett for a lot of these people in the IWC. And I'm sorry, with all due respect, Mr. Iguana fucking sucks. Like, I can't fucking stand that shit, dude. It's like,
it's a funny gimmick. It's a funny gimmick, but it's for certain spots, and to take that spot when there's not that many, it just I didn't like it. It has its place, but there's a time and place for everything.
Triple A.
And same with La Parka. Love the outfit. We love La Parka from back in the day and all that. But, it's and great athletes, great lucha libres, but.
No Finn Balor.
No Finn.
Maybe Finn Balor had something to do that weekend or something, and they were like, we just have to kind of write it off because.
Or he was in a mask. He was a masked man.
He was too tall to be Finn Balor, I think, but.
Maybe he had some high boots on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like Paul Stanley style.
Some Arabian Paul Stanley boots. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Are those the ones Liv Morgan bought or what?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
That was way more expensive.
I know number 11 was Cody Rhodes, and everybody thought Cody Rhodes was going to win another Royal Rumble. He'd be a 3-time Royal Rumble winner, but that wasn't to be because he got his ass claymored out of the ring and got eliminated from the Fia's Royal Rumble matchup.
Yeah, Cody, as soon as he got hit over the rope and he's sitting there and the camera angle swiped to the other way, I'm like, shit. Something's about to happen now. Yep. And of course, here comes Drew McIntyre, that asshole, come in and Claymore Cody right off the side, smack right to the
Claymore
chin.
the shit out of him.
Yeah, he took a good one. He did. Missing teeth after that one. Yep.
Oh yeah. And that pretty much puts a nail in the coffin of who's going to win the Elimination Chamber and go on to WrestleMania right from that one spot.
Which gets even more interesting going into Raw.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see SmackDown. Yeah.
So it got down to the final four. I mean, it was Logan Paul, it was Gunther, it was Randy Orton, and it was Roman Reigns.
And Roman with Jay was interesting too. That was interesting. You know,
well, he eliminated Jacob Fatu at first, and then did the thing with Jay. Yep.
It was cool to see the 1D with Roman and Jay to do the 3D, the 1D together. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. And Roman was like, "No, I've had it. You're out. You ain't on my level." Yeah.
Roman Reigns healing right now. How do you feel about that one?
Is he? I don't know. I don't think people think so. But and then we have so Gunther came in last, limping, and I'm like, oh no. Oh Lord!
I thought when he came in 30, I said, "It's it. This is it."
Honestly, when I seen him limping, I was like, "He ain't winning though." If he would have came in strong, no, I would have seen. I was like, okay, but they're giving him a reason to look strong and still lose.
Okay.
You know, he's got the excuse. He's limping. He's hurt, and he's still making it. So yeah, but not very climactic. I would say at the end, you know, for the most part. But, you know, I did say, you know, Logan might have a chance. But, yeah, Roman putting Gunther over, it just didn't quite do it for me. And then just the ending of it, too, and him pointing up, it's just like, yeah, the Saudis, I know y'all got what you wanted. I know we got what you paid for. And, you know, all your vignettes and video things leading up to it and 3 months off.
The only thing I have positive to say about, well, you know, Roman Reigns is a star, bro. I mean, it is what it is. But the only thing really that I have positive to say, over the top positive, and that why I agree with him winning is that to me, the Royal Rumble's kind of lost its like luster over the last few years because we've talked about it. The winner of the Royal Rumble gets like an opening match at WrestleMania. Right. It's very rarely the main event. I mean, Cody with Roman when he won the Royal Rumble, but other than that, like, it just seems kind of like
the main event. Yeah. And
for
Roman winning, it seemed, you know, predictable or this or that, or most people probably had their money on him, and it makes sense for the story at least. Going to WrestleMania, it makes sense. It is what it is for what they're doing, right? Box office draw, and he's got aura, so you know, But we'll get to that after.
But as soon as Roman Reigns won the match, the automatic thought in my head is that's going to be main event night 2. Like, it just popped in my head as soon as I saw him win. They played his music, everything else. I'm like, okay, the Royal Rumble winner is going to get the main event because that's, and in a lot of ways, okay, so I got to look at it like this. A lot of ways, I think that, and you're going to hate me for this, but I think CM Punk's spot right now is supposed to be Seth Rollins. Because I think Roman Reigns was supposed to win the Royal Rumble, and it was supposed to be Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins, the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania, because of their storied history, their back and forth, everything that they've done. I don't think we've ever really got that full on culmination of Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, like main eventing a WrestleMania. Like, boy,
which still could happen and have some type of implications going into WrestleMania or at WrestleMania. You never really know. I wonder where that would have left Punk had that been so. Would we have got Punk and Cody and Roman versus Seth?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? Because we haven't had Punk versus Roman since 2014, I believe it's been, and we've never had Punk versus Cody, which is an interesting dynamic of either way you go, and then Seth, And
we're still continuing to tease but put off Randy and Cody. That's probably never going to happen. But,
and Kevin Owens, we still don't know about him coming back by that time. Is he going to be back? He's had to have been close to a year then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, it was right after the Royal Rumble last year because he had to back out of his match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
Yeah. And then Sami, where does that leave Sami? Like
a lot of question marks here, man.
Yeah.
The bottom feeder, Sami Zayn.
The bottom feeder, yeah. But
we did
Royal Rumble.
We did get Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble, and whether you like it or not, it just got to be what it is because we have to acknowledge our tribal chief as the 2026 Royal Rumble winner in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Yep, I'll acknowledge he won the Royal Rumble. Yep. For now, till your time is up. Yep. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, but hey, we had to fly all the wrestlers back over across the pond because we did have Monday Night Raw to roll on to. And I don't even remember where the hell Monday Night Raw was, but I can tell you this much.
Raw, live from Philadelphia,
okay,
Pennsylvania.
Here we go.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. There's not as many LED lights in Philadelphia, I guess. It just kind of seemed like a different type of atmosphere. You definitely know, like, when it goes from, like, sometimes, they say across the pond, England, Ireland, Scotland, all them have like crazy, Australia have these crazy rabid fans. Yeah. But boy, oh boy, when you go from Riyadh to Philadelphia, you can definitely tell it's like two different worlds as far as a crowd goes.
Yep. And we started out with Braun Breaker losing his shit. Having roid rage, I guess. Some may call it. I don't know.
I wouldn't call it that, Bron. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Flipping the tables and making a big scene, and him and LA Knight and all them going at it, and yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about it at this point. Like, this
is funny with the Masked Man though, because it's funny when he was talking about the Masked Man, and then he was pissed off. Adam Pearce came out, and Adam Pearce said, "Oh, the last time we saw a Masked Man, it ended up being Austin Theory," and then it shows Austin Theory next to Braun Breaker, but then you see Logan Paul over the shoulder being all weaselly and shit. And I said, "It was Logan Paul."
I kind of hope it was Logan Paul. I kind of hope it's Logan Paul at this point. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like Adam Pearce should have been like, the last time I seen a Masked Man, like, it came from you, Paul. So I don't know what the hell you're asking me about it for. Like, what are we even talking about here? Like, look in the mirror, you dumb. Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, until Seth comes back or we get more stuff with the Masked Man, who knows? But yeah, like I said, that was the end of his WrestleMania main event dreams for this year, without a doubt, for any of them. So that went right out the window.
Right out the window, real quick.
For the vision, yeah. How about AJ Styles? And the best part of it was they cut to the crowd, too, when you heard AJ Styles music, and everybody was, like, about to be in tears, about to go crazy, and then you seen that Burberry trench coat.
Dude, my favorite part of wrestling from this past week. Phenomenal. I love Gunther's sense of humor. Like
Yes.
Gunther is one of those guys that's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
nonsense, no humor, no whatever, just
Yeah.
very straight in your face. So when he does something goofy and over the top like this,
Yeah.
it just makes it that much better.
I
It was
just laugh.
so good.
I'm just hysterically laughing like him because I see him
Yeah.
laughing. He's having such a good time at it. Because the louder they get, he just knows he's doing. It's just working even more. So it's awesome. It's
When
funny.
he came out
It's
and did the
hilarious.
whole like wind
Yeah.
up and everything, I
Yeah.
said, "This is absolutely perfect, so good,
Laugh in
so
your
good."
face. Yeah.
Then he comes out and cuts a promo in his native language, just so good, man. And then and like the blink of an eye, it gets ruined for me because Dragon Lee comes out to confront him, and I'm like, man, you just had Gunther in the past year and a half, whatever, retire. Be a world champion, retire Goldberg, retire John Cena, retire AJ Styles. Now we're gonna put him in a program with
Yeah.
Dragon Lee. I said,
Now we just killed Dragon Lee on live TV, on a live Dragon Lee on live TV, hanging him from the rope, and one of the best pass out chokeouts we've seen in a long time, where Dragon Lee went completely limp, looked like he was done. Yeah. So
Done.
I'll give him that for that. Yeah. Defending AJ's honor. It is what it is. Somebody had to do it.
yeah. I
Couldn't
mean,
have
maybe
been
it's
Punk
gonna
that night. So
maybe it's gonna lead up to him beating up Dragon Lee and then Rey
and
Mysterio
choking him
coming out,
choking
and then
him out.
But yeah, maybe it's gonna lead to
Killing
like
his
him
career.
killing Rey Mysterio. Maybe that's the next one on his list.
Oh, how many careers are gonna be killed by Gunther? Yeah, he's got to lose at some point. Something's got to happen at some point. Like the buck's got to stop somewhere. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It ain't gonna stop anytime soon. They just trademarked his name and put it on his
career
his
killer.
Titantron.
Yeah.
So
Oba Femi against the War Raiders. I mean, I understood what the point was as soon as I seen it happening, but I was like, eh. At first, the War Raiders were out there, and I was like, oh, now I'm gonna have to fast. I'm watching this live, so I can't fast forward through this pointless tag team match. Then Oba Femi's music
Oba
hit, and
Femi
I was
comes
like,
out, yeah.
oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. He's just gonna completely destroy both of these two big guys. Yeah. Over.
What a way to make me feel like a third of the man I actually am than to sit there and watch him just struck down to the ring with his dude. His biceps are probably bigger around than my waist is.
Yeah.
And he just come to the ring just to destroy everybody. It's like
He's
oh,
huge,
my
but
goodness.
does that mean he's gonna be a future WWE champion or WrestleMania main eventer? I still don't know, man. Like I said, like he might get that Braun Strowman treatment. He might have held title once, so not for very long. But they may fumble him. We don't know. I'm not saying they will, but I don't know. It's not big men in the WWE is not the same as it used to be.
Yeah, but
I like watching.
young.
I like watching Javon Evans more than Oba Femi, in my opinion. I like Javon Evans more, but that's just me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just all your style or what you're really into. I'm a Gunther guy. I like the technical, smash mouth kind of wrestling. But it is what it is. But Oba Femi, I could see it, man. He's got it, but like it just depends on what direction WWE wants to go. But they're so saturated with talent right now. And then you got to look at it like this perspective. Like if the spoilers come true, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. That that it's going to be
okay. Yep.
Roman Reigns and CM Punk for the title, and it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for the title. Like, that's 4 veterans that have been around for 20 plus years. So
Box office, yeah.
And it's.
Are we gonna see Oba versus Brock Lesnar? Is that what we got the preview for
like
in the Rumble? Like, I think that's what I would want to see at WrestleMania.
That's the direction I would go in.
That's what I would go. And if not, I would have went obviously Gunther and Brock Lesnar, or Gunther and Oba. But I think Oba versus Brock Lesnar is probably the most where the money's at, and makes the most sense at this point of what storylines are in, or what Gunther's got going on, other stuff and this and that. So unless Brock wants to be retired at WrestleMania, if he wants his career killed, I don't.
You could piss on his career.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but there's 4 old dogs in both of the men's like heavyweight championship matches this year. So it's kind of like, man, like the young guys aren't really kind of getting their time to shine. And Roman Reigns talked about that. Oh, I set it up for these guys and they're just dropping the ball and
what the hell?
And it's like, but like, don't highlight that. Highlight that.
I got so much to get into with Roman Reigns and see. Oh, Lord have mercy. Before that, though, I'm gonna highlight Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez had her match against Stephanie Vaquer, which there's a whole thing online about her theme music being changed again and her not being happy about it, and I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, even her entrances just this whole time have been like inconsistent, like the rhythm to the music and coming out at the right time, and the horns showing up with the pyro, and it's got to be like a language barrier type of thing, I would assume. I don't know, but I don't know about the music thing. I just know it's a thing in the IWC. But Raquel was asking Liv why she threw out, and she said, classic Liv being like, because I know that you're not selfish, and I am. And everybody should do what they should do, so I should win, as she should have said exactly what she should have said. Not to mention breaking the internet again, wearing those shorts, those $500 shorts, like looking like $1 million.
Now,
then hits Stephanie Vaquer with the Oblivion too, and raises the belt. After Raquel can't get it done, and they have 1 million botches in a street fight.
How do you have botches in a street fight? Now, do you think this is burying Raquel a little bit? Because Raquel Rodriguez had a lot of momentum. She's been having matches with Stephanie Vaquer and like all this stuff that's been going on. And then like Liv just kind of coming and winning the Rumble. Then kind of, did she screw over Raquel? Did she not screw over Raquel? Like, does this end up being like almost like not burying, but pushing Raquel down a little bit?
The beginning of the end for the Judgment Day, as we know it for sure.
Okay.
That Liv winning the Rumble, whether they go in the direction of Liv turning somehow or something, or the rest of them turning on her, or her going good, or whatever is going to happen with Dominik, because we've seen Dominik, introduce her, of course, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see. But yeah, I think the Big Mommy Cool thing is taking off, and I think it's great. And I really wanted to see her win versus Stephanie Vaquer, so it would make things interesting between her and Liv too. With I don't know if I want to see like Liv versus Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania. Like, it just doesn't. I'm not saying it's bad. I like Stephanie Vaquer, and she's great, but I don't know if that's just there as far as promos and how you're going to build it. Like, if it's going to captivate people and make me want to buy a ticket to WrestleMania to see Liv versus Stephanie. Like, they got to find a way to do that. If that's what it's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really just hope that it's just a launching point. Like, Liv wins the title just for her to have a program with Raquel Rodriguez to eventually give Raquel the title, maybe. Hopefully that's kind of where they're going with it.
Yeah. And they got to use that at some point to get Liv away from Dom, or Dom away from Liv sooner or later, like, so Dom can kind of move ahead, because he's got to be able to evolve at some point, I think, too.
Yeah. I hope they really,
or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they'll stay together. But I'm looking at it towards Dom versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania.
You think that they're going to go Dom and Finn?
Who else? What I mean, if we're going to get an implosion of the Judgment Day, and then we've kind of had this back and forth with Finn and stuff like that, and yeah, and they had the problems leading up to it, kind of a lot of awkward energy. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know because they would have to turn Dominik face at that point then, right? Because Finn's really going heel right now with the whole thing with CM Punk, and I think they're going to lead that to Elimination Chamber. But
I think after that, I think it should be the opposite, though. I think Finn should be the face in that sense. If it's at WrestleMania against Dom, I think. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Actually, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. But it seems like it could be a good matchup. Because they're both going to need somebody at that point, and everybody else is taken. So Dom and Finn, that's money, I think, especially with all the past couple years and the weird vibes and the back and forth between all of them and the Judgment Day and the jealousy of the titles.
It's been a long time coming. It just really kind of needs to be done, I guess. But
yeah.
On to what you want to talk about. Do you want to talk about it now?
Yeah. Get on to it, baby. We were promised Roman Reigns, the Royal Rumble winner, would announce not announce. He would be there, and he pulled up in his Suburban and walked his way out to the ring for his 5-minute intro. Told everybody to acknowledge him. And, I don't know.
I got to tell you, buddy.
What?
I acknowledge Roman Reigns, bro. I think I'm Team Roman for this match. I think I'm Team Roman.
Are you? I don't know.
Pardon my lewdness. I got a boner for that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not sure, though. Shit. We got that. Punk comes out to the ring for epic promo battle, which I want to say, and I want to say that you probably believe that Roman Reigns won and got the better of CM Punk, and it seems like the IWC believes that Roman Reigns won and got the better of CM Punk, and they've already decided that Roman Reigns will win and beat CM Punk at WrestleMania for the World Championship, and a lot of haymakers and blows back and forth between the two. At first, I was like, "Oh man, Punk's in some trouble right here," and Roman hit him with some truce, and then Punk came right back at it. And I think a lot of people are, dick riders and biased because they like putting that one finger up, and you know where they like to put that one finger up. So,
the butt, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So. And Roman Reigns got the last word in. He got the last words in, so I think people were left with that. So if you were looking at it like a boxing match, he got the last flurry or last what, that's the last thing you heard was what Roman Reigns said. But you got to remember, you got to look at what Punk said, and then you got to look at the smile on his face as Roman walked off. So I need everybody to listen up right now, because y'all don't know what you're playing with, because you're about to be humbled. Because Roman Reigns is conceited and he is blocked by his own hatred, which was shown. Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble, and 2 nights later, they're going to WrestleMania in Vegas. And what does he do? The first night back on Raw, he already shows his hand. CM Punk, the great.
Good one.
Exactly. The great talker, the great psychologist of all time. Great psychology right there. Pulling the hate out of Roman Reigns, blinding Roman Reigns, making Roman Reigns make his choice right then. He could have took weeks. He could have took months to play games with whoever was champion leading into the Royal Rumble. He couldn't help himself. Punk punked him into picking him, and that's that. And I think all y'all think it's an obvious choice that Roman's going to win, and I think you're dead wrong. And I think there's going to be a lot to go ahead on the road to WrestleMania with CM Punk and Roman Reigns throwing shots back at each other. It's almost a little reminiscent, and I hope it becomes somewhat of a WrestleMania 17, Rock versus Stone Cold, heavy hitters, cinema, main event, two of the biggest to ever do it. Right then and there, you got it. But CM Punk, you go for Jey Uso next, and you GTS his ass 3 times. You go to Big Jim next, you GT his ass 3 times too. Lay all the bloodline out. Roman's got nobody left. Roman, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're way too confident. You don't know what you're stepping into. And you just stepped into CM Punk's game. And everybody is just dick riding Roman Reigns. And we're going to get more promos then. And Punk is still going to cook them way before that. And congratulations, Roman Reigns. You finally cut a promo by yourself. You finally did something by yourself. You finally needed somebody. You finally got the best in the world to bring the best out of you for once by yourself. So congratulations. But the game has just begun. And I don't think it's going to even end at WrestleMania.
It's funny because this goes back to all the way to War Games 2024 when CM Punk was like the mercenary on the Bloodlines team and they had the problem in the shark cage, and then they there was a bunch of different stuff that happened with all that anyway. So I don't know.
Zebros for life. Fuck that. Screw that. I'm picking you because I hate you.
Well, you know what they say for revenge. Dig yourself 2 holes, Roman. Because your ass is going in one. Because your ass is going to sleep.
You think so?
Absolutely. Yep. Roman Reigns is about to get the humbling of his life. Maybe for some interference, too. Seth Rollins might have something to say about the both of them or or Roman Reigns or something. But I don't know. Something fishy's going to happen. We got a long ways to go. Like, I'm surprised they announced it officially, but I'm not mad at it either. I'm wondering if ticket sales being so high have something to do with the reason why they also announced it, at this point, and went with going straight with it right after Royal Rumble. Besides Roman, just being played into it and being a complete idiot and showing his hand going to Vegas at the card table. Remember, they're all sitting at the card table. You're going to show your hand this early? You making a mistake, big dog.
You think
all
so?
Right. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. I said what I said. Bring all the hate. I don't care. CM Punk's walking away the champion. Y'all least expect it's going to happen, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Sorry. Tell me this. Roman Reigns wins the championship again. He can never outdo anything that he did with his championship reign. He can never be a better champion than he ever was in the past. And Punk said it. You were a champion. Okay, like look at the statistics. Like, come on now. Just to go out there and say it. Roman Reigns, 1,316 days. Defended the title 59 times. Punk, 344 days. Defended the title 149 times. Just because you did it longer doesn't mean you did it better, big dog. Sorry.
That's right. Maybe Seth Rollins returns to screw over Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and help actually CM Punk.
Or maybe Punk pisses off the bloodline and all the family members so much Rock feels like he has to come back to try to help Roman, and it screws up Roman somehow to lose, and it sets up Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, because they're paying for that. But CM Punk, it's hunting season and it's open season on everybody in Roman Reigns' family right now. Go after everybody. I know you're friends with Jay, but you took the belt from him. Time to remind Roman of that and put everybody to sleep. Remind them what is what. That's what I got to
can't
say.
wait, bro.
On from
I
now.
can't
I
wait.
don't know how you feel about all that, but
I know that CM Punk thinks he's the best in the world, but when you got to face the head of the table, maybe the best just isn't good enough. And Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, the owner of the Oofalafa, is going to win at WrestleMania.
You were fighting over a bracelet. Well, you were fighting over a frickin' thing looking like chili peppers hanging around your neck, you dumbass. Like, come on. What's the damn difference? I don't know. Maybe he should, handcuff him to the thing and they should pour dog food all over his head again. Yeah. That's always a good look.
I don't know. Not good.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like an obvious choice for Roman to win at WrestleMania now, right? But I don't know. I thought he showed his hand very early, nonetheless, and picking Punk like that and just going out the way. And I think Punk at least feels like he's got him right where he wants him right now. Mm-hmm. Whether that ends up working out in the end, who knows? Of course, I'm rooting for Punk. Of course, it seems obvious that Roman would win. So I'm picking the less obvious road at this point, regardless.
I don't know. I think that the world title, the undisputed title for both men's and women's, those matches are already determined, and we have put that out there. Spoilers, because Cody Rhodes is going to fight Drew McIntyre for the undisputed championship. That's written in stone. We have Liv and Stephanie McCurr. We have Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Bianca Belair has got to come back for Jade Cargill, right? That's like a given.
Naomi, she's going to be probably after that towards SummerSlam time or.
Yeah, I don't really know. There's a lot of rumors going around about Naomi right now, and I don't like feeding into that.
I don't. Yeah. But it's crazy. A lot can happen on the road to WrestleMania. Also, we got to remember that.
Sure can.
These match cards are also subject to change. So, possibly.
Shout out Kevin Owens.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they think it's going to be Cody, Drew, and Jacob Fatu for a triple threat for that. But I just don't. Are we going to get Cody winning again? Or Drew's going to pull
it would take away from the significance of the Elimination Chamber to turn it into a triple threat match. I don't really like that at all.
Yeah, what's the point then, right? And unless we're trying to get the title off Drew before we get to WrestleMania, and that is part of the Elimination Chamber, and he loses that at Elimination Chamber for them to figure out somebody to go after whoever they want, at that point. Randy and Cody.
I could see that happening
somehow.
Too.
Yeah, but Drew had to hold on to the title for now, at least, to give him some validity for all the bullshit that he's been through. So he'll probably still be the champion at Mania and probably after, honestly. Like, we're going to get two obvious finishes for the main event. Like, I don't know.
But what you guys got to do is let us know in the comments who is going to win at WrestleMania. What did you think of the Royal Rumble? Who do you think is the best in the world? Or the tribal chief, the one, Roman Reigns? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Yeah,
and all you Roman Reigns OTC dick riders that want to talk shit, I'm all here. You acknowledge this. Acknowledge this. Acknowledge this. Same with the New York Knicks. Yeah. Acknowledge this. Yeah.
Emotional damage.
When Roman Reigns loses and wakes up the morning after WrestleMania main event night too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Falls back into obscurity.
Yeah, exactly. Goes back away for another 3-month hiatus. Yep. As we know, nothing new there. Yep. But interesting Royal Rumble it was. Wasn't, among one of the highest rated for people would say. I think ESPN, like they said, they gave it a C or D too or something again. So, ESPN be doing.
I give ESPN a C or a D for having to watch it on that fucking thing.
Exactly. But it is what it is. Raw came in strong after Royal Rumble, built up the match, already sold us on WrestleMania easily with that one promo between Punk and Roman. Easily the best we've seen from them in a long time on the microphone. Probably the best we've seen from Roman maybe ever. And Punk was on his game too. And then obviously we got a lot more to come with that. And it's just getting started. We got a couple more months to go. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do here and there to sweeten the pot and make it even more compelling and talk us into buying those expensive ass tickets in Las Vegas, which I'm not doing, but some will. I'm not hating. If somebody wants to buy us tickets, obviously we said we'd go. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah. But anyways, Monday Night Raw was good. Can't wait to see what happens with SmackDown and how Cody Rhodes is going to handle all this with Drew. Where's Drew? Where's Drew? I'm waiting backstage for him again, like everybody else and every other time. But yeah. Where's Drew? When's he going to be here? When's he going to be here? Yeah. But, yep. We'll see what happens on SmackDown. Then Raw leading up, and we're on the way, on the road to WrestleMania. Yeah. And we are, as seen on Netflix, Busted Open Approved, the original bad boys of the wrestling podcast world. And we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance. And that is the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, very deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew Combat Jones. And you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace. Bang!